How's it? Okay, so first of all, South Africans, right? Nothing in the comments about the accent. You don't like it, leave. Yeah, we decided we were coming up to the mountain today. It's beautiful, the weather is great. We need to come and hunt for some quartz. We're going to be making some jewelry in a later video. You guys don't have a clue who we are, and for now, we're going to keep it that way. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
And then you wonder why your day-to-day life leaves you feeling nothing.
Halfway up the mountain already. That's the city down there.
We're in the thicket now. The last time we went to the what's that crater called, Peter? The Twayeng crater.
Yeah.
And when we were there, we were walking alongside the path, and we looked over, and probably from where I am now to where Peter's standing is a fat 1.5 meter puff adder. I thought I was gonna die. I own snakes, I'm not scared of snakes, but a puff adder that you weren't expecting to see 1 meter from you was a moment. So I keep my eyes on the ground when I'm climbing. I've had a few bad ones. Oh, look! That'll be the first little piece of white quartz we've seen for the day. It's not exactly jewelry grade, but it's a nice little piece nonetheless. It's promising. We'll see what we find higher up the ridge. We'll leave that one there. We don't need to take them unnecessarily. As you can see, we've made some progress. The view would be a lot nicer if there was less city around, but it's amazing up here. You can hear we're a bit out of breath. The last 100 meters of this climb, and this is after taking a second to catch it, by the way. The last 100 meters of this climb is just maddening. It feels like it's 45 degrees, you take 10 steps and you don't get anywhere. But we're almost there. This last 100 meters is murder. Even on the pathway it's bad. This was wild.
I'm tired.
Guys, no jokes. That was crazy. Phew. Sorry, we got distracted for a second there. Sorry. There we go. But we're at the top now, mostly. The ridge is still above us, but we're going to walk horizontally along the mountain for a little while and climb up above the ridge and then come back this way, because just above us at the top of the ridge is where we know the quartz is located. So we're going to give it a try. But first, break time. Something to drink, a bit of shade, then we're back at it.
Yeah, I did.
Cameraman takes a dive like a pro because the camera doesn't come near the ground.
Peter, how are you going to get down from there, buddy?
He's just going to meet us at the top.
Oh, okay. See you there.
I hope I'm going to be able to. a little detour. Thought it was a shortcut, maybe a long way. Let's get to it, I guess. I'm kind of blocked at the moment. I think I'm gonna go squeeze through that hole. I don't see them yet. Maybe. Oh, just spotted them. Through the trees over there. We are basically there, almost at the top. We can start looking for some quartz. Yo.
Right, so as you guys can see, we're eventually basically at the top. It gets a little bit higher up that way, but the quartz field's over there, so we're going to walk up that way, Nana. Promised you guys an intro, so my name's Drayden. This is Peter. Stan's behind the camera. If we could get a shot of the Stan. Thank you very much, Stan. He's our photographer. He's donating his services. Yeah, we're going to start heading. There's a little path here. We're going to start heading up slowly, keeping our eyes on the ground, seeing if we see any quartz, and then anything that's worth filming, we'll show you guys.
Cool. There was a dove in the bushes there. Just get it off.
Look, my bag is dripping on my feet. We had a water leak. We're going to die of dehydration.
Oh no, that bag is soaked, dude.
It's okay, there's nothing in there that's important.
No, but I mean like, even the top, it's like soaked all the way up to the, like from top to bottom.
Yeah. It's just the water from one of the water bottles. When we did the Quartz Whip hiking trail, probably about a decade and a half ago, we had such bad mist, probably from maybe 4 o'clock in the morning ish we would start walking, and only by maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon would your shoes stop going inside. And they're waterproof hiking boots, but the water goes onto your jeans and then hits your socks and siphons down into your shoes, and you're just walking in a puddle the whole day. We had such bad blisters after 3 days. But definitely one of the most beautiful hikes that SA has to offer. Absolutely stunning. Worth the 3-day walk for sure. Make sure you've got enough water though. The water points aren't always reliable. So all we're basically doing at the moment is just scanning. Oh, here's a nice-ish piece. The general rule is that the smaller pieces tend to have higher clarity. I'm going to try and hold it up for you guys so you can see. They're quite dirty when they come out of the mountain, but with a little bit of a hydrochloric wash, they actually come pretty clean, and they make great little rough jewelry pieces. You can cut them or sometimes even use them as they are if the shapes are nice enough. So you start getting, if you see here, you start getting these pieces that have clearly crystallized and they've come out of a larger vein. And you can see the clarity is not great, but the style of jewelry we make actually looks great in this specific type of quartz. And then sometimes you'll get lucky. There's actually a small little, what looks like a needle. Let me see if I can get it clean for you. There's a little needle that's broken off on the top. They're quite beautiful. Some of them look great. Oh look, there's a vein. Stan, come this way. Here's another beautiful piece just lying here in the rough. It's a little bit bigger, but here's a vein. Now this is what happens. You can see there's a layer of rock and then a layer of vein and another layer of rock, and then as the water comes down this run, it breaks bits of this vein out, and you can see they come loose and they kind of wash down the run, and you find them all along these runs on this mountain range. we do sometimes find people that have been up here, then they come in with a hammer and they start hammering out pieces, but we try to only take what's already loose and only what we're going to use in the next couple of months for jewelry, because you want to leave some up here for other people. You don't want to over harvest. But yeah, there's a little bit of a vein. What you would do now is you could take this line and you could kind of trace it up horizontally over the mountain, going up or down, and try and find another one, because if you can find another big rock along this same diagonal line, you'll often find another vein in the next rock as well. We'll see if we can find one a bit that way. Whew. Guys, this South African sun is murder. Looks like Peter's found something.
It's also got nice vein lines.
Oh,
This
yeah.
whole piece was a vein.
You
at
can
some
see this
point.
used to be a vein. This looks like a loose rock that's actually come loose at some point and moved around. But you see this vein? This has got like a layer of calcium over it sometimes, which causes it to go white, and sometimes it oxidizes, well, not oxidizes, but it discolors in the sun, and you start getting these white and brown colors. But you can clearly see that there used to be little pins of crystal inside of that rock. That's kind of cool. I think if we go a little bit further up that way, we're going to get a little bit better clarity. We do come up here occasionally and we know some of the better spots, but we're also in a slightly less explored area today, so we're learning along with you guys. Here's another vein, also a low clarity vein that's showing that same whitening, but
That's pretty dark.
that you can trace them all through these rocks. And if you took the time and scratched away some of the dirt, you could follow these veins through these rocks for sometimes 20 or 30 meters. And it's kind of very
There you
fun.
go, Peter.
There we go. That's a piece. You can see if you had only seen the top of it, you would have thought it was just sandstone. And it's a similar thing to what happens when you're hunting for geodes. You can see these white crystals along this edge were growing in, and that bottom row were growing in as well. So this was like a flat
technically you could
geode.
say that there's a flat geode.
Yeah. Not the traditional shape for a geode, but a standard growth pattern for a geode. It's very beautiful. But we're going to leave this here because this is not something that we can use.
It's amper clear.
That's very nice. You can see there, that's beginning to show some real clarity. What we do is when we mount, we try to choose the less clear side for where the mounting cap will be, and we keep the higher clarity pieces in view, especially if we're only cleaning and not cutting.
Found a few samples that's dirty.
You can see there's actually quite a bit of really good quartz up here.
Looks like glass almost.
Yeah, some of them look like the little bits of broken glass. We're going to head up a bit higher, and there's a little bit better clarity just here over this ridge, if I remember right. So let's go see if we can track it down. There's a nice little piece. You can see that obviously they come out of the ground very covered in dirt, and if you just give them a little bit of a cleaning, you can start to see how much potential there is in these little cheap crystals. And they're absolutely lovely to work with. I make so many different variants of jewelry from these tiny little crystals, and they're beautiful. Like, it's one of my favorite things to come up here and just find a couple of little pieces to go and work with. We are going to do a jewelry waxing tutorial video at a later point. There's another little piece. I think I'm actually standing incorrectly for the clarity to be clear, but there's another little piece. I'm going to keep these two. They're really nice. They're about the same size and almost the same color. I might make a matched set of earrings or something. Let's head up a little bit onto the ridge here. I'm pretty sure that
Peter needs a water break.
Wait,
It's always good to stay hydrated.
these are real. Gently with the drinking water when you're washing the stones.
You gotta have the camel back when you're doing a camera guy.
I'm gonna keep searching down, and as I find a nice one, I'm gonna
Okay guys, so here's a really nice one. I'm going to hold it up a little bit towards the light. Look at the clarity on that. You could almost think it was glass. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, it'll make a beautiful pendant, or even a larger set of earrings if you could find a matched set that was more or less the same size and color and clarity. I'm going to head up the ridge and see what we can find. There's a variety of quartz. I'm not 100% sure what it's called in the crystal community. I'm not really a gemologist, But we get a type of quartz here on the Michalis that's got a very red tint to it, and a lot of people ignore it because it seems impure.
It
But
seems
when
like
it's
like stained by the red dirt, right?
like, yeah, like it's got
like a very
rust
copper
inside
rusty-
it.
Yeah.
And
I
we
used to know what that was called, but I can't
we
remember.
we just nicknamed it blood quartz because it really does. Some of them are almost crimson colored on the inside, and a lot of jewelers and gemologists ignore it, and it's really beautiful. We might find some in this specific spot. I found a couple of very nice pieces a few months ago.
Oh, Dryden.
Yes.
Also during that Naked and Afraid shoot,
Yeah,
on an off day, me and TJ went into the bush
yeah.
and we went down to the river. And
Oh my goodness.
we found agates.
Agate.
Agate.
Oh wow.
But thousands of tiny little, like half a centimeter by half a centimeter pebbled agates.
like a tumbled.
Oh wait, not agates. I'm
Agate is the one with the lines in it,
no,
like
not,
the
not
archways.
agate. Damn it.
Color?
Like almost ruby red, but more darker instead of pink.
Oh, you're talking about garnets.
Garnets. There
Yes.
we go.
Garnets are beautiful. I
We
really
found
love.
thousands of garnets. TJ had a little one of those orange pill containers that
Oh,
you
yeah?
get in America, like
Yeah.
the really big ones.
Yeah.
And we filled it to the
prescription
top.
container,
Yeah,
wow.
we filled it to the top, and it's at his place.
Nice.
So we've got all these beautiful little garnets.
Oh wow! I must get some garnets from you. I love working
no,
with
I'll go
garnet.
and fetch some from him.
I love working with garnet. It's kind of hard, and it's a bit of a mission to cut and polish, but not as bad as some things. And if they're beautiful, you can use them in their raw format, and that's even better. I really like using stones in their natural form. We're going to do a shot of the ground now so you guys can see how much of the stuff is really lying around here. But for
That's
now,
a really pretty one.
this is a nice biggish piece with almost glass-like clarity. If it's wet, you'd be able to, it's kind of dusty at the moment, but if it's wet, we'll try and do a close-up of some of these nana when we've given them a good rinse once we're down from the mountain. But Stan, just pan in a bit here so that we can just see how much of the stuff is present. Look here, 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 there, 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 there. It's everywhere, and you'll get all varying grades. This is very white. You'll see it has almost no clarity to it. And even this makes a nice, especially for male jewelry. I almost use the white sometimes.
If you take like a piece of silver, like for setting it.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, my camera just got a bit wiggled there. I think if you take a piece of silver to set it, but then you patina the silver to be like black.
Yes, yes. So
black
that it's
on the white crystal.
yes,
Really nice.
and it's kind of popular in the more on the male side of the jewelry. The ladies don't like it so much, but the men are quite fond of it. I've made quite a few pieces out of this whiter stuff, so I think we will take one or two of those. But we're going to head a bit up the ridge because it is getting better as we go up. It's a possibility that there's a bit of a vein running through this big stone here in front of us. We'll see if
Hey,
we can
Drayden,
find it.
you do me a favor.
Yeah.
Let's grab that.
Yes, I did actually bought.
And that.
No, I actually bought bags because I hate it when I come up here and this place
And there's a
looks
piece
like
of
a
wax
mess.
paper down here as well. Let me
Yeah,
try
no,
and
I
grab
hate
this.
it when I come up here and this place looks like a mess. So I always bring a bag.
I mean, people do come up here, but they always leave it like trashed. And whenever we come up here, it's, you know, you bring a bag and you just clean up the area a little bit. I mean, I don't know what that is. That's big. Oh, that looks like one of those things that you put a blanket in.
Yeah, it looks like someone's keeping their stuff in it. There are some, in the evenings, there are some homeless people who do use these mountains for kind of shelter. But we always try and just
There you go.
keep the dirt together. And then when we go down, we'll throw it all in a bag. Oh my, I almost threw the stones away. Nice. Oh, sorry guys.
It's okay, it was a long trek up. You can still see that there's another peak over there. But we are at the top. This is the side we came from. And that is the other side.
Oh, Stan.
What did you find?
It's beautiful.
Hold on,
Come
let me
over here.
try and maneuver down this rock without
I'll try
sticking
and.
a gimbal where it doesn't belong.
Oh my. Okay, so I'll try and clean up a little bit for you so you can get a nicer shot.
a big patch, dude.
Look at that. Is beautiful. It's, if you look closely, I don't actually know if you're going to be able to see it through the camera's lens, but through my sunglasses polarized lens, it almost has a iridescent shimmer.
I've got a polarizer on the lens.
Nice.
So it should be good.
You might be able to see it, yeah.
Should be good.
But you guys can see what the density is like. And this is just what we're seeing on the surface. I can pick all of these up now and come back here.
This is where Peter should be filming me, filming you, because I'm free-handing this camera and I'm literally just balancing it up.
It's okay. I could empty out this whole patch and come back here in a month's time when it's rained a couple times, and you're going to be able to find it like this again.
Okay. Try again.
Sorry guys, we had a bit of a camera malfunction, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. You see how this piece of quartz has a almost red crimson color to it? Now this is what we nicknamed the blood quartz. This is not the darkest piece. I've found pieces that are really almost red, but we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll find a better example a little bit later on. There's also a nice little one. You can see they really do have a, oh sorry guys, they really do have quite a red color to them. Stan, this whole patch, everything around this rock is just packed. Oh wow, look at the size of that.
Man, I almost got really excited, but then it was glass.
Oh. Yeah, finding bits of broken glass up here can get a guy totally excited for nothing.
I mean, not for nothing. If the glass is like really beautifully shaped, and it actually.
I've actually made jewelry out of broken glass that I found along beach lines, and ooh,
There's some beautiful
ooh.
like.
Guys, hang on, sorry.
You got up way too fast, didn't you?
Yeah, just a little.
Where's that?
The heat is a little intense. I'm gonna go get some water in a sec. I'm gonna show you this, but this you're probably only really going to be able to see once we've given it a wash. But this is the beautiful red layering that I was talking about earlier. You can see there's a clear section and then a very red layer going through the center and then a less clear section towards the bottom. We'll give it a really nice wash and show you later. There's another little piece. See, this is beginning to get to that really deep red color.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is this is a piece that I would definitely be able to sell.
Wouldn't it be like a type of garnet?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not. Oh look, the vandals have been here. Look how someone has come in, and they've stood crushing stone. You can see this has clearly been crushed by someone. Look here on the other side.
Oh, you can actually see the.
You can see how the vandals have come in with the hammers and chopped massive big chunks of the rock out.
Hey, look at
looking for these. Oh wow. Oh, that's a very nice piece. There's some good clarity in there. That's a bit on the large side. We might break it down, but
the red is
a
beautiful.
very nice color, yeah. Where did Peter go? Peter?
He's just up in the other side of this little.
Let's go see what Peter's up to. We're going to come pack this in a bag in a second. I just want to get to the water before this heat has me fainting. Yeah, we're come. Have you found anything?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's really pretty. Go ahead and come check this out.
I'm coming. Wait a sec.
That side.
Just put the other stones in the other hand. Oh, joy, I lost something. Hopefully it wasn't too important. Sorry if you guys were looking forward to that one, but I won't know which one it was when I bend down. That's very beautiful, Stan. This piece is, the clarity is amazing. You can see it's almost glassy.
If you wash it off.
We're gonna do, once again we'll do close-ups. Oh my word! Let me just put these in my pocket before I lose. I'm gonna be in trouble now.
It fell on that glass, so it should just be.
We'll see now if we can pick it up. Let's finish this. So you can see there's a lot of clarity in the center of that piece, and then more of that red staining around the outsides. This actually looks like it's going to be almost perfectly clear once it's cut and cleaned, but we might decide not to remove the red. We'll see how it goes. Let me see if I can track down that stone. Pan down here, Stan, and let the
Next to that heap of grass on the right side of it, what's that?
this.
Yes.
That's beautiful, but it is still lodged in the ground, so it's not what I dropped.
Okay.
Guys, we apologize. Oh, this is beautiful. This is also lodged in the ground, but this would be what I would consider a perfect pendant piece. Look at that.
The shape
I
is
would
great.
cap the top in a metal alloy and then clean and just shine the bottom without cutting it. It maybe just flatten the back because it might be a little bit sharp. But that is a beautiful pendant piece. I'm going to keep that one.
What's here?
Danny, listen to me, Danny. We actually have a friend. This is a good moment for me to just explain this to you guys. We have a friend called Danny, And I'm always switching Danny and Stan's names to the point where I sometimes combine their two names into one and just say Stanny. But Danny couldn't make it today, unfortunately. He's ill and he's at home and he's very sad that he couldn't come along. But at least he'll be able to enjoy it video-wise. There's a very nice piece as well. Oh, Stan, are you guys? There are so many good stones here. Let's see. Oh, this is the new one that Stan just picked up. That's also beautiful. Like this, I think this is perfect for a lady, for a very small pendant piece. Maybe just cap it here where it's got a point and shine the front. It'll be gorgeous. I'm going to keep that as well. Oop. There's a little bit of a tooth shape. It's kind of nice. We are going to resort these guys now. And anything that we decide not to use, we do bring back. If we're not going to be using it, we'll bring it back. But we do try and collect sparingly when we're up here, because there is a certain amount of stones one can get through in a fixed period of time.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we were off camera, but then I saw this and I just wanted to explain. You can actually see there's like a pathway that runs up here, and the whole mountain kind of comes together into this gully. And in the deep parts, it acts like a sluice box. If you come in here, you can see once you take the stones off, almost everything inside of this hole is going to be quartz.
Oh,
look at that.
That little pink blood quartz thing at the
Yes.
place we parked.
There.
That's really pretty.
Almost everything that comes out below the stone, grab another handful, show you, is quartz. Look at that. It concentrates like a sluice box would concentrate gold. The quartz concentrates into these little crevices. And as you follow the road down, you can actually just hunt the crevices if you don't feel like going into the bush. Diving a little.
You're cliff diving a little.
Yeah. We don't get the opportunity to do a lot of like open space flying. So when we're in a big open space and we can then. Did you lose it?
Yeah.
Just engage the buzzer. I'll go see if I can track it down.
How far are we?
Oh, it's just here.
I think it's the cliff that got my signal. Are you gonna stay with the gear?
Yeah, I'll be up here.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you good news, Peter. The camera's fine. Right, so we've recovered the drone.
It is, yeah, it was a long hike. Found it under a tree. This is basically the drone we've been flying. It's a 5-inch. We'll be doing a future video on it as well, and we'll be discussing it in depth. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a story there, but we'll tell you guys later. For the time being, we're gonna descend. Peter's just made the descent all the way to the bottom, and then met us at the.
all the way from way up there.
Yeah, Peter met us halfway, so we're gonna do the descent, and then we're gonna do a cleanup. We'll see you guys again when we're up. Right, so we are back at the place that will be known from now on as the shed. You guys will learn more about it soon. For now, that's all you're going to see. We did just a quick rinse to get some of the dust off. There's a few nice things there. We will be doing a video again for cleanup, proper cleaning, so that we can walk you through the process of cleaning. But I'm going to just show you guys a few of the nicer ones. I really like that. Which is absolutely gorgeous. Look how it shines. And that one we've already kind of talked about, but I'm going to just lift it up again. You guys can see that once the dust's off, they get quite clear. Some of the quality is really nice. And then most of these look just about like that. This is just a piece, another piece of like a geode growth formation that we found that we thought we'd just keep and show you guys. It's going in a fish tank at a later point. This one you guys have already seen. This is just a piece of grey rock. And then we found a couple of little pieces of great driftwood that'll also probably go in a nano tank at some point. But guys, that'll be it out from us. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the buttons, do the things. We'll see you guys when we see you.
Yeah, that works. No, I don't think I want to be in the last cut. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just be like, peace out. Okay, I'll do that again. Peace out.